Hello, my name is Martha Mendoza, and I am so excited to start this SFPC concentration. Um, and just being in this program in general, I'm so excited for this career as a school counselor. But for right now, while I'm in this program, I'm actually a full time bilingual secretary for the Antelope Valley High School District. And I work with the English learner population and the migrant education program population. And it just makes me extremely proud to be able to provide services for these families that are in these programs. Um, but I wanted to do more, like kind of a more direct, more one-on-one kind of difference with these families. So I'm hoping that this school counseling career kind of helps me get to that goal. And to start my field work, I am starting my field work at Palmdale High School with Dr. Rangel, who is also a very inspiring person for me. To be able to work with her is truly a blessing. And I'm so excited to work for her because she has just been so helpful to so many families across our district, providing Spanish presentations in Spanish about A through D requirements and all of that, and just really building a rapport with our Latino Hispanic population at our district, and also with our undocumented youth, which I think is so empowering and so important to be able to provide that for the students here in the Antelope Valley. Um, and I think I am hoping to work in the educational setting. I have really been enjoying the past 3 to 4 years that I've been working in the educational setting. So I really do think that I would like to begin there. And I just think this SFPC credential is just going to help me be able to be um, the most supportive that I possibly can to students as in the academics and career, and also social and emotional, which I just think is extremely important with our students nowadays. And I just think that'll help me just be the best counselor that I could be. But looking to the future too, I do hope that along with the educational setting, as a school counselor, that I could possibly have a side gig, maybe as a maybe a private practice, something like that. I think that would be something that I would be interested in. And I'm excited to be able to have the opportunity to kind of, do both, if possible, or either or at some point. That's really exciting. Um, and the ethical dilemma, the first thing I thought of was when I used to work at a middle school. I didn't work actually, it was more of a volunteering program. I think that we had a stipend. It's called City Year. It's in downtown, inner city Los Angeles. So in this City Year program, I was working at a high school, and then I was given a caseload of students that were put into that caseload because either they had a history of behavioral issues, or really bad grades, so a lot of Fs or really bad test scores, and that's how I was given that group of students to kind of look out for in the classroom. So I would be with them in all of their classes. I would follow them, and then I would kind of be like a monitor for them with their grades and just kind of help them stay on task in the classroom. Um, and in my caseload, I had this this little sixth grader, who she would kind of give me a hard time, but she was kind of like funny about it. Like if I'd be like, hey, like, you gotta get your work done, or if she wouldn't do her homework, I would kind of try my best to kind of push her and try to convince her that it's important, and all of that. And I feel like we kind of had a good rapport going on, and I felt like she was starting to kind of listen slowly. Um, and then there was just there was like a couple of days where I started noticing that she was like very quiet, and she wasn't like joking around with me, or like if we didn't have that banter or that rapport, like I wasn't feeling it anymore. Um, and so, I became concerned, and there was one day that while they were lining up outside of the classroom to go inside the class, I just asked her, hey, like, I noticed that you look a little sad, like, is everything okay? Um, and then she said that if she could talk to me about something. And at the time, I was a mandated reporter, so I did let her know that um, if she had something she needed to tell me that involved, her being hurt or someone else being hurt, that I would have to, that it's confidential, up until that point, that if she tells me something like that. And it did end up being something that was reportable, and I think that's where I will leave it off for the ethical dilemma and wait for next week for the second part.